Brushing our teeth has become a must in our daily life. However, we do not consciously consider the different trigger points of how it all started and the trigger points that led to the development of the device known as a toothbrush. How was the idea of generating a toothbrush brought up? Did people want to keep their teeth clean, to have nice looking teeth and have nice smelling breath? Or was there another reason for its creation? How did they create the perfect tool? Toothbrushes have been around for a long time, in one form or another. This tool is considered as being indispensable. 5000 BC is the first ever recorded starting point of how the evolution of a toothbrush began when the first toothbrush, most certainly the human index finger, was introduced. Ancient Egyptians were making a tooth powder as far back as 5000 BC. This tooth powder consisted of ash from ox hoofs, mire, eggshell fragments, and pumice. Since there is no evidence of a device used with this powder, we can safely assume that the fingertip was used to rub it onto the teeth. Not long after the use of the fingertip to clean the teeth, the earliest known device, which was made by fraying the end of a wooden twig, was introduced by the Babylonians and the Egyptians around 3500 to 3000 BC. Around 1600 BC, the Chinese discovered the chewing sticks, which were made from tree twigs. These chewing sticks address another aspect of oral care, which is fresh breath, as they were made from aromatic tree twig. Rather than brushing the teeth, the edge of the twig was chewed to form bristles that cleaned the teeth. The twig has medicinal qualities that are effective for the prevention of caries and plaque from forming on the teeth. However, they also discovered that neem juice had curing benefits to the body, such as maintaining the level of blood sugar, loss of weight, mosquito repellent, and treatment of head lice.
In 1498, the Chinese are believed to be the innovators of the first natural bristle toothbrush, which was made from the bristle of pig's neck attached to a bone or bamboo handle. A Japanese Zen master, Dogekigen, also recorded to have seen Chinese monks clean their teeth with brushes made of horsetail and ox bone. Oral hygiene became relevant in Europe during the 17th century. Toothbrushes started being imported from China. Europeans found that the design was easy to adapt and even improved it by using softer horsehair, as Europeans liked it better. Also here, the innovators of toothbrush were using feathers. William Addis was the first innovator who came up with the idea of the toothbrush as we know it today while he was doing time in jail. He noticed how ineffective inmate tooth cleaning was. They would use a rag with soot and salt on it and rub it against their teeth and clean them. He began to make what he thought would be a more effective instrument for teeth cleaning. Addis proceeds to develop a toothbrush with modern design from animal bone and bristles. Addis drilled holes in one side of the bone, placed tuft of bristles in the holes, and sealed them with glue. After he was released, Addis started mass-producing toothbrushes for all of England, and eventually the business of mass-produced toothbrush took off, with England, France, Germany, and Japan all mass-producing toothbrushes by 1840. From 1901 to 1919, the first finger toothbrush Indexo was introduced in New York, United States. This toothbrush was entirely made of rubber and was shaped to purposely fit over the index finger. It was made to access all the mouth areas. Natural bristles were the only source of bristles until Dupont invented the nylon. The invention of nylon led to the development of the truly modern toothbrush in 1938. Nylon bristles would dry between each use and therefore would carry fewer bacteria.
1939, the first attempt to generate an electronic toothbrush was made in 1939. It was easy to carry, but the shape was seen as bulky, and the batteries were sealed inside the toothbrush. When the battery died, individuals had to throw the whole device in the bin and purchase another one. 1950, toothbrushes with softer nylon bristlets were introduced as people preferred them. 1954, the actual electric toothbrush was introduced as the Broxodent in the United States. The electric toothbrush was cordless, and with the use of knee-card batteries, it would be rechargeable. Voss speaks in 1984 about his observations suggesting that more successful innovations arise from need pull more from knowledge or technology push. We partly agree with his statement when it comes to today's innovations. Seeing as in the beginning of the evolutionary tree of toothbrush, the existence of the tree, which sticks Chinese people used to chew, was given. However, the need to pay attention to the mouth hygiene as such was not fully recognized yet. They used the sticks because they were there and gave a pleasant taste. This represents a market push which uses materials that were given without a realization of the benefit of its use in the first place. As soon as people in Europe started traveling to other countries and noticed the healthy white teeth of people, they recognized the need and desire to have white and healthy teeth, and the demand started to grow. This was a tipping point and the time when we have experienced a market pull of the product.
The experiences with the toothbrush led to new needs, preferences, pain points, and therefore led to new opportunities for the innovators to address. The toothbrush demonstrates a user-active product idea generation paradigm. It is the consumer who gave the idea for a desired new product in the first place. As for example, Williams Addis notices when his inmates are struggling when trying to clean their teeth with the rock and salt, it gave him the idea for a toothbrush. The example of DuPont shows that the knowledge or technology push was helpful when he introduced the first nylon toothbrush, promising more efficiency in cleaning due to the fact that the bristles get dry in between uses and therefore bacteria and germs cannot multiply as with a toothbrush made of animal hair. Another example of pull factor is the continuous invention and change of the toothbrush shapes. The first electric toothbrush was a push factor as they were trying to make the round-shaped toothbrush possible to use with various cleaning techniques, and the technology was already existing and used for electric hair curler. We strongly believe that when it comes to lasting innovations nowadays, the need pull and the technology push go hand in hand. The demand of the products on the market is very important. However, the technology push and the scientific and technical knowledge gives the suppliers the opportunity to develop existing products further and sell them to their customers whilst presenting the reasoning facts why the optimized products are even better than previous ones.